Okay, so back to this. Basically, I actually engaged earlier in both. First, it was our Nasdaq. Basically, I noticed that it was it opened capped a little higher, and then it's not doesn't feel so strong basically. So I actually like that it traded higher above these highs and retested yesterday's open here, and then it started trading lower, and then so I basically just sold here with a small risk there, and I actually started trading higher at some point after it came back down. So I just closed it before I got stopped out there into a small loss. And similar here in gold, I actually engaged based on standard trading hours. So I actually sold the high of this inside bar, and then started trading lower. I reduced my risk, and then at the open it came up. It came up basically here first, and then it fell lower. So it broke the low of the open. So I actually added again when it was below my entry, but it just wouldn't hold. So I actually had lower risk, and I got stopped out there again. So yeah, now I'm gonna sit and wait. I've been feeling a little like extra tired, so I need to definitely I'm just feel like I think it's the best thing to do to watch out with what I'm doing. I could possibly sell this retest here, but I'm gonna wait a little more. But yeah, thing is I'm a little tired overall, and I know I've been feeling quite loaded in my head due to some stuff that is going on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna take it easy as usual. I'm gonna try to do my best to continue to plot my best trading into the chart. So especially days like today, I wanna be extra careful and basically just take the best of the best. So I'm gonna sit and wait a little bit to see what is the reaction. Like I don't know, to see next bars how it behaves and what's going on. All right, so I'm back on the charts. I'm just watching a little bit. I like the goal. I was about to sell this bar as it traded lower, but I just waited, and then I actually waited for it to break the low. So then I actually shorted here. Might be a little bit late, but still, I think it's good, especially the close below the previous bar and below the open. Let's see if it wants to react to the downside. If it does so, what I'm going to do is to add lower below my entry, anticipating a break and a further drop to the downside if it wants to do that, if it wants to go there. Nasdaq seems to be failing. I'm actually waiting for a better close or confirmation to the downside to see if he wants to trade lower. But so far nothing is clear. So I will continue to wait here. Let's see what it does. I actually just got tagged in the scale up trade below the entry. And I know I'm aware that the risk is a little higher, but still it's fine. And I'm actually just assuming until this current bar high, because if the price is to trade lower, you should not break this bar high. So let's see if he wants to tank and if he wants to head down, maybe fill this gap and take these lows here. We'll see. We'll find out. If not, then I'll just continue to wait. This bar still could be an inside bar, so let's see what the gold wants to do from here. Well, I thought about shorting Nasdaq here, but well, I just thought that it was a little early, so I just remain out of it. It seems that actually is reacting well. Let's see if it continues to tank, and gold is also getting heavy. But let's see if it confirms a good close, especially below this structure here, like this small consolidation here. That'll be good. But still, it's nothing clear, nothing defined yet. As soon as soon as it traded lower, I actually I'm gonna sell actually before I
Order
do anything else,
filled.
I'm gonna sell Nasdaq here, taking like about 100. And then the point is in gold actually, I actually as it traded lower, I decided to start reducing my risk. So it's no point for me to still have the high of the bar. I mean, I know that I could get stopped out. That's also okay. But anyway, the point is it just makes no sense to take like extra risk for no reason. So yeah, I believe that NQ could continue lower. So I'm actually gonna. This is not like my exit point. I'm just put it there just to have an orientation. But let's see what he wants to do. I'm going to start removing my risk and see if it. I would like to see fill in the gap from Wednesday close and closing lower. That'll be actually the best. I'm gonna go break even at this point. There's no point to take risk on Nasdaq and gold. Let's see if we get stopped out or what. Let's see what he wants to do from now. Well, gold, yeah, got stopped out. There a small risk, smaller risk than initially I had. And Nasdaq had a nice retest here within the same bar of the actual gap, and now it seems to be coming back down. So let's see if it wants to continue. Definitely, one thing I want to see is a close below this bar here. And gold, I'm gonna actually wait here. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. And if Nasdaq is to trade lower, I would like to see a close below. If not, then I might just get a stop down around break even. Let's see. Actually, Nasdaq had a really good close. I'm still waiting to see if it's up to retest this yesterday's close and also the structure and this consolidation from the regular trading hours. I believe it is likely to trade lower. I just have some sort of like a, well, not like expectation or whatever, but I think it could definitely trade to these lows if it actually is to tank lower. So I'm not gonna add now. Where I would like to add, this actually I could there, but I want to see this retest being how to say backed up by price action to the downside. So if the price is to trade lower, I want to see that from this area here, the Nasdaq actually continues to tank. So if it tanks, if it trades lower below this low, this current bar, it could still remain there for now and then take the higher and come down. That's also like a possibility. But I would like to see a reaction from this area. If there's none, well, no can do. I mean, it is what it is. But initially, I do need to see reaction before I actually join a possible scaling trade. Let's see what it goes for now. And one thing also that I think I haven't mentioned before also that I also keep in my head and I like to check sometimes is to see the bands to see how they are behaving, like what is the volatility, how is it looking like. Because now Nasdaq so far doesn't seem like it is quite strong because the bands are a little bit tight, meaning that it's kind of could possibly range, but they could expand anytime. So for example, if it is to expand, I would like to see now a good reaction to the downside. That means the volatility is being injected, so the price should continue moving lower. But if not, then it probably just remain ranging. So let's see. I will find out later. I don't like to have it out there because it's basically too much cluster. So I'm just gonna keep it hidden. And for example, in gold, I think let me see how it looks in gold. Actually, it looks quite good. It's quite open, so it could possibly continue trading lower and maybe retest this here. So if I get a good setup like an inside bar or something, I might take it to the downside. But let's see what it wants to do. So far in gold, I just take basically losses. So I'm like about 200 now. Basically, I think all of them pretty much in gold. So yeah, let's see what he wants to do from here. Actually, it's funny. First, I mean, it's basically my heart started pounding. I was just watching some like guide to basically improve my picture video, my picture quality on the screen that I actually just got. But yeah, the thing is, I got the notification about that something got filled, but I thought that I got stopped out, and I was like, what the fuck? But it triggered the low that I had here, and now the price continues to trade lower. So I want to see if there is a further price action to the downside. I remain break even after I added one more contract to on Nasdaq. But yeah, I'm not doing anything else for now. I'm just gonna let the trade play it out, and let's see if he wants to trade lower or continue just deeper. I have a range about, let me see, because I enter uh, here around here. So this is like 167 point. This is around like, yeah, 200 to 120. That's a pretty easy range for Nasdaq, but of course it doesn't mean that we'll get there. But I think it is quite possible. So let's see. I don't know fully yet what I'm going to do. I'm just watching the global profits here, and if I feel that it's a good time to get out, that I probably just could maybe take one of these lows here and then just call it a day as well. Like I said earlier, I have to watch out, especially with myself today, because I don't want to end up self-sabotaging myself again and taking, like bad trades out of actually good trades. So I want to see. I think so far I'm on the right side. Price started failing to the upside, then it started trading lower quite strongly, especially with a huge volume. So let's see if he wants to continue lower. Let's see soon. Okay, I actually well, it's not. I mean, it wasn't like fully like. I don't think I'm scared. I'm not scared. But like I said, I decided to just watch myself and took the trade out of here around this level. Price retested a little higher, then it came back down and broke its low. Yes, it maybe makes some sense to get out of the market when you have actually a really good trade, but it's still, like I said, I'm tired. I need to rest, and I think it's a really smart decision to just not just take myself out of drawdown, but also have a decent and pretty good green day. So I'm gonna call it a day. I'm not gonna do anything else, even though I know that I've said this many times before. And then gold or Nasdaq give me so many plus that I like, okay, I might take it. But if something happens, I will kind of I will remain open-minded. One thing that I want to add that I like was the fact that when the price started to trade lower, it started to like break the low here in this bar, the bands were opening, meaning that there is injection of volatility coming in the market. it is standard. It could, just reverse from here. It does. I don't know what's gonna happen, but the possibility is quite on my favor that the market could stand to the lower side. But so far, I'm gonna be on the sidelines. I'm gonna watch the market. I'm gonna see what I can learn or what I could have done better. For example, in gold, even though I'm aware that I mean, this is actually a proof, like for example, gold, that not all trades are going to work, and not even all good trades are actually going to go the way you want. Like for example, like here, I'm aware that I took mostly just losses in gold, but like I still was in the right side of the market. It was just maybe too early for me to be shorting. I thought about shorting here. I didn't because I wanted to see the market in this bar retesting maybe the 50% and this structure here. Well, it didn't, and then it just kept tanking, and actually the first time that I actually like in gold was these. And sorry, the second, because I know that I shorted here when it started failing, but this close below this open. This is also a really good setup for me and a good um, pointer, let's say, that it could trade lower. So yeah, I mean, maybe I was a little bit too early. I didn't get anything out of gold today, but anyway, so far I'm gonna remain, like I said, on the sidelines. I'm gonna come and see, like I said earlier, what can I learn, or if there is something for me to extract. But for now, yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna actually go and cook some food. I need to just chill a little bit. I'm actually thinking a lot about my kid. I That's also something that has been bothering me because, well, it is tough, I know that nobody needs to know, nobody needs to understand it, because especially if you don't have kids, but it's so hard when you're missing a person like your child, and you can't see her for some reason. I don't understand, but feels like when she's not with me, I bother. Well, her mother's side, um, and yeah, I would love to see my kid as much as I could, but sometimes you are kind of forced to not to, and I don't understand it. Like as a human being, to me it makes no sense, especially because I myself I suffer some sort of abandonment. So I would love to use as much time as I can with my kid and family if there is any close. But in this case, this is what has been kind of hitting my head for a couple of days, and well, for a couple of, I would say, years and months already. But especially lately, it feels a little heavy. But I know that she misses me. I miss my kid like crazy. But now I need to, well, get myself together and just keep going, and eventually it would be good. So we'll see. But anyway, back to the business. This is it. I'm gonna do my editing work soon, post the update for myself, so to remain with the best discipline that I can. And yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow, the last day of the week. Okay, so I just quickly wanted to add something. Well, this was just basically crazy. I mean, well, goal pretty much the open was here. This is what I was thinking about, like, well, engaging, but then that's what pretty much when I went out. But this was just insane, like this drop. Oh my god! It actually ended up doing what I wanted to, which was basically retest of this structure here, like this consolidation, and then the 50%, and then after that, this was just literally like just fucking tanked like crazy, which is actually amazing. What I can see here, as if I was to trade this, the cleanest thing I see is basically this close after the retest. But basically, there is a small risk low sell that I could take this one, but this is really like risky. Yes, risk it will be little, but it just makes no sense to actually do this. What makes sense a lot is this here. This close below the swing here, and then retest again of the lower quadrant, and then just tanked. Like it was just insane. Of course, after the fact, it's easy to see this, but anyway, the point is to learn. The point is to find clues and places where I could maybe in the future catch some trades. And well, basically Nasdaq. I remember I exited my trade here. After that, price just consolidated here for about like 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And then, well, it had an inside bar, and then, well, upside failure, and then downside just broke down. And same for Nasdaq. Basically, after the price broke this consolidation and closed lower, for example, here, this could have been taken, but this is not my favorite. So here, this is a good trade. Like I could sell here, or maybe wait if I want to retest and maybe just be left out. But best after that, for example, because when the market is trending like this, when it's actually, of course, like here, everything is seen, so it's kind of easy to judge now. But the point is the way that meaning you, should be engaging in the future. In this case, when the market clearly takes in a direction like this and then consolidates and then breaks down, is either retest of prior structure, for example, like market close here, retest a little bit, and then, for example, like this structure here, these swings here, market here close below here, retest, tank. This is a sell, and this I know already. But also, one important thing is when the market is trending, and for example, like in this case, I had like a pretty like clear place where I want to get out. A great thing is to just, for example, sell inside up bars. For example, any up bar that I find on the price action, especially a small one, sell the high or the low, literally, and then just keep going with price until I consider is a good place to live. Regardless of Nasdaq trading all the way as I initially wanted to, I don't feel bad about this. Like this, I have no FOMO. I actually don't care what happened. This is just I'm using this to learn, and actually I think it's amazing to see this played out. At the end, pretty much my trade, it was about like 120 points. Well, Nasdaq, as I said earlier, well, it's 500 plus down since my entry. So I said that I had around 200 260 or something range earlier. Well, it's basically doubled it pretty much. So it's actually insane. So it's really insane. So I'm gonna continue learning. I'm gonna keep going, and let's see what's next.